Do you need a medical card in 2025? This is literally a question I'm asking myself. Do you need a medical card in 2025? The question is specific to people that live in specific places, but hey, I was just in Europe, just in Latvia. Now I'm back in Oklahoma. If I was in Germany, it'd be a totally different story. If I was in California, it'd be totally different. But I'm in Oklahoma. And I don't know what other states in America have the medical programs, but if you are like me and you live in a state where there is a medical program for the Zaza, not recreational, then you might be asking yourself, is it worth it to get your medical card in 2025? I say yes, only for the smallest reasons still. I don't want to give the answers away right away, but I will just say, oh, YouTube, this is only tobacco, or this is all tobacco. This is a CGI documentary for education, and my people already know that. So if you're like AI or whatever thing doesn't know, you probably need to check your system and fix your things. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Anyway, so THCA. If you know what THCA is, then you can probably already guess where I'm heading. Before THCA, there was HHC, there was Delta 8, there was all these other things, but none of them compared to THC. And later down the road, there was one, and only one. Yes, there are so many. There's even hundreds of cannabinoids, THCP, THC, like so many things, but there's only one that you can buy at a store, at a gas station, online, get shipped to your door legally, that feels just like THC, because it basically is THC. I have to say basically because it's not THC yet, but it can be with science, by decarbing, by getting lit, by being vaporized. The THCA that you're buying can turn to THC. So back to the argument, is it worth it to get a medical card in 2025? Well, it's literally just your choice. The only reason why you would want to get a medical card is so that you can get reputable, state-tested cannabis products. They will be tested from pesticides, and you won't have a full COA, but you'll have so many things being tested. Like, whenever it's a medical, even if it's recreational, they have to put the terpenes. It depends on the state, too. In Oklahoma, luckily, you have to put a lot of testing results. But on the hemp side, you can fake it so easily, and that's the only thing you have to look out for. But then again, I use people and large groups and huge like reviews to analyze what companies I can trust. And off the top of my head, I could say Benoid is like #1 for the THCA stuff online, and maybe even Cookies. But back to what I was saying. For example, in Oklahoma, if I have my medical card, I can get a product that I want, and the taxes are like already in it, and it's cheap. If it was recreational, then I'm paying for taxes, but all you have to look at is like, do I get more bang for my buck? Can I buy a 2-gram THCA vape for the same price as a 1-gram THC vape? Or if it's the other way around, then just do the THC with your medical card. But in my personal experience, I have found out that, especially online, you can find cheaper THCA products with bigger amounts, or let's say thousands of reviews and all this stuff, for cheaper than a THC product. And it kind of makes sense. There are rare cases where you'll go to a dispensary and find a very valuable product, maybe a 3-gram device or a 5-gram device that's got a really good value, but most of the time, and the highest quality, or not highest quality, but highest stock and manufacture rate is going to come from online and the THCA category. So in my perspective, I say take advantage of the THCA thing, because yes, like, the government's getting taxes for it. They aren't going to shut it down anytime soon because of that fact. They're going to act like they might be. It's going to get bigger and better. Products are going to get bigger and better. Competition's going to get better. And I just think it's cheaper. And also, since it's not regulated, they can put 90% THCA, they can put 95, they can put HTE, they can put live resin terpenes, they can do so many things. Of course, it's a blessing and a curse. Like, you can't trust everything, but if you do the things the way I do things and you find a trusted brand, trusted product, then it's going to be worth it. I mean, even a year or longer than a year ago, I ordered a 7-gram THCA vape. And to this day, I still think that's crazy. I still think the 5-gram THCA vape that I ordered over 2 years ago is still insane. Like, that is insane. But do what you want. I probably will get my medical card here soon in Oklahoma, not too soon. And the only reason why is because I have specific products and brands here that I really like. And I would say also, like, if you're more of a flower person, then having a medical card and going to the dispensary is better than buying bulk THCA flower online, because the quality is questionable. But besides that, if you're buying pens and wax, then not too shabby, not too shabby. And I do want my medical card too, so that, let's say in any scenario, a vacation or a weekend, somebody sees me hitting a pen, somebody sees me smoking a joint, somebody sees me with red eyes relaxing, I'm like, oh, I have a prescription, it's my medical card. Instead of saying, oh, it's my THCA pen that I got from the Mexican vape store down in Chinatown on 2nd Street. Yeah, I can't have that. I'm just rambling on though now. Hope you liked the video. Hope you were interested. Again, like, subscribe, comment, please. I am a struggling, surviving artist, independent YouTuber, creator. I make music too. I'm gonna go smoke. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Bart Card out.